evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lepakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 11th of March. Prime Ministers of India, Bangladesh jointly inaugurate developmental projects. India announces general election from April 11th. And RJP-N informs Nepal Parliament about a withdrawal of support to the government. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Bangladeshi counterpart Sheikh Hasina on Monday jointly inaugurated key projects in various fields, including road transport, health and education via video conferencing. The projects funded by India include construction of community clinics and water treatment plants in Bangladesh and also the extension of National Knowledge Network.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Bangladeshi counterpart Sheikh Hasina on Monday jointly inaugurated key projects in various fields including road transport, health and education via video conferencing. The projects financed by the Indian government include supply of around 1,100 buses and 500 trucks to Bangladesh Road Transport Corporation and 36 community clinics in 5 districts of Bangladesh. The projects also include 11 water treatment plants and the extension of National Knowledge Network, which will connect scholars and research institutes in Bangladesh to India and the world.
ये सभी प्रोजेक्ट्स सीधे रूप से जनता के जीवन से जुड़े हुए हैं। ये प्रोजेक्ट्स दर्शाते हैं कि भारत बांग्लादेश संबंध दोनों देशों की जनता की क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ सुधारने के लिए महत्वपूर्ण और सकारात्मक भूमिका अदा कर रहे हैं।
The Indian Prime Minister noted that this was his 6th video conference with his Bangladeshi counterpart. He said that Prime Minister Hasina's vision is the biggest inspiration for stronger connectivity between India and Bangladesh.
Security forces gunned down 3 terrorists belonging to Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed terror group in an encounter in Pulwama district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Sunday. One of the slain terrorists was identified as Mudassir Ahmed Khan, who was among the key conspirators of the last month's terror attack, which killed at least 40 security personnel in Pulwama.
3 terrorists belonging to Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed or JEM terror group were neutralized by security forces in an encounter in Pulwama district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Sunday. The encounter broke out in Pinklish area of Tral town in a district after security forces launched a cordon and search operation based on inputs about the presence of terrorists. Officials said as the searches were going on, the search party was fired upon by the terrorists. The fire was retaliated, leading to a gunfight in which the 3 terrorists were killed. The JEM had claimed responsibility for the suicide bombing that killed at least 40 paramilitary police personnel in Pulwama district on February 14. India has long accused Pakistan of harboring terror groups to use them as proxy to mount attacks on Indian soil. Pakistan denies the allegations.
India will hold a general election in 7 stages, starting from April 11th, the Election Commission said on Sunday, in what will be the world's biggest democratic exercise. The Chief Election Commissioner said that about 900 million voters are eligible for the polls, out of which about 15 million are between the ages of 18 and 19 years.
India will hold a general election in 7 stages starting from April 11. The Election Commission said on Sunday in what will be the world's biggest democratic exercise. Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora told reporters that about 900 million voters would be eligible for the polls, with about 15 million between the ages of 18 and 19 years. The elections would be staggered over several weeks, beginning April 11 and ending on May 19th. Votes will be counted on May 23rd.
I'll repeat the data poll. First phase, 11th April. Second phase, 18th April. Third phase, 23rd April. Fourth phase, 29th April. Fifth phase, 6th May. Sixth phase, 12th May. Phase 7, 19th May. Am I clear now? And all countings, no need to say, but I am repeating, 23rd May.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be running for a second term in this year's election. In the last general election in 2014, his ruling Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP won 282 out of 543 contested seats in the lower house of parliament, the strongest showing for any political party in 3 decades. He will run against a group of opposition parties led mainly by Congress President Rahul Gandhi, scion of the Gandhi-Nehru dynasty. The two leaders are the strongest challengers from a field of hundreds of political parties from across the culturally and geographically diverse country of 1.3 billion.
In news from Afghanistan, leaders including Afghan President Ashraf Ghani on Sunday defended legacy on women's rights and urged a dignified peace with the opponents. The president said his government has implemented various programs aimed at fostering the participation of women in the society.
Afghan President Ashraf Ghani on Sunday said the consensus which has emerged around peace in Afghanistan is unprecedented and that his administration still believes in achieving a dignified peace with the opponents. Ghani said the National Unity Government has implemented a large number of programs aimed at fostering the participation of women in the society. He made the remarks while addressing a gathering at the Presidential Palace organized to celebrate International Women's Day.
مورد توجه کلیدی ما قرار نگیره و تا کاهش فقر و امحای فقر یک هدف کلیدی ملی ما قرار نگیره زن افغان محروم خود.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive Abdullah also defended the Afghan government's commitments towards strengthening the presence of women in the society and said that the National Unity Government has undertaken systematic programs aimed at supporting Afghan women. This comes at a time when US Special Envoy Zalmay Khalilzad is holding backdoor talks with Taliban officials in Doha in an attempt to facilitate direct talks between the Afghan government and the resurgent group aimed at ending the 17-year-long conflict.
In news from Nepal, Rashtriya Janata Party Nepal on Sunday formally informed the parliament about withdrawal of its support to the government under the leadership of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. The party had earlier made the announcement on March 6th, hours after a district court announced a life sentence to its elected member of parliament, Resham Chaudhary, in a riots case.
Rashtriya Janata Party Nepal or RJP-N has informed the parliament that it is no longer supporting the government under the leadership of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. Lawmakers of the RJP-N stood from their seats as a gesture of protest against the government in the parliament on Sunday, announcing their formal withdrawal. The party blamed the government of doing nothing in means of addressing their demands, including constitution amendment for the rights of Madhesis, people of Indian ancestry residing in the Terai region of Nepal.
सरकारले हाम्रो माग र मुद्दालाई सम्बोधन गर्ने स्थिति भयो संवादहीनता गरे संवाद गर्न पनि चाहेन हाम्रो समर्थनको र यो देशमा कुनै प्रकारको द्वन्द्वको स्थिति हुन्छ यो देशमा कुनै प्रकारको हैन अवस्थाको सृजना हुन्छ भने यसको लागि सरकार जिम्मेवार हुन्छ त्यसकारणले हामीले सरकारलाई दिएको समर्थन आज औपचारिक रूपमा हैन सभामुखमा मार्फत सरकारलाई जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छौं कि हामीले यो सरकारलाई दिएको समर्थन हामीले वापस गरेका छौं.
RJP-N on March 6th had made the announcement of their withdrawal of support given to Oli-led government. They also cited delay in release of political prisoners of Tharuhat and Madhes agitation as one of the reasons for their withdrawal. The decision came hours after a district court announced life sentence to RJP-N's elected member of parliament and alleged Tikapur riots mastermind Resham Chaudhary.
A huge flock of Siberian migratory birds who come to the Indian subcontinent to escape extreme cold of their Arctic home grounds have stayed back in northern India this year beyond their usual time period due to change in global weather conditions. Bird watchers and tourists have been gathering on the banks of River Ganges in India's Prayagraj city to catch a glimpse of the beautiful species of the migratory birds.
A huge flock of Siberian migratory birds who come to Indian subcontinent to escape extreme cold of the Arctic home grounds have stayed back in northern India this year beyond their usual time period. Bird watchers and tourists were seen gathering on the banks of River Ganges in Prayagraj city for a visual delight of migratory birds. The delay in their return has also brought cheer for the boatmen who earn handsome amounts ferrying batches of tourists closer to birds multiple times in a day. Locals and boat rowers credit the changing weather conditions for the birds extending their stay in the city.
हाँ, तो इस बार की काफ़ी रुक गए हुए हैं, लेकिन इतनी ज़्यादा गर्मी पड़ने के बावजूद भी इतना ज़्यादा रुके हुए हैं। नहीं, हर साल ऐसा होता था, जैसे गर्मी पड़े तो ये चली जाती थी, बहुत कम रुकती थी, लेकिन इस बार बहुत ज़्यादा रुकी हुई हैं।
Ideally, summers in northern India start from March, but this year the temperatures have continued to remain low, causing the birds to stay back instead of making the journey homeward. With the onset of winter in the northern hemisphere, these birds spread their wings to begin a journey spanning thousands of miles to fly to gain the atmosphere of Indian subcontinent and usually return to their homes in spring season.
The fourth edition of Mega Exhibition Cum Seed Fair was organised on Sunday in Srinagar city of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. The fair was aimed at educating the farmers about the latest techniques in the field of agriculture.
With an objective of educating the farmers about the latest techniques in the field of agriculture, a mega exhibition cum seed fair was organised on Sunday in Srinagar city of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. During the fair, a wide variety of seeds for paddy, apple, plum, maize, vegetables and flowers were displayed for the farmers and growers. Besides this, latest tools, farm machinery and agriculture products were also displayed for selling them to the farmers on subsidized rates.
हमने ये मेला 2016 में शुरू किया था, जैसा फर्स्ट मेला हमारा 2016 में, तो अब ये फोर्थ ईयर है। फोर्थ ईयर में हमें लगता है कि 400% हमने इंक्रीज किया है। इवन द मटेरियल सप्लाई आल्सो, सीड सप्लाई भी, इवन प्लांटिंग मटेरियल जितना भी है हमारा ऑलमोस्ट 4 टाइम्स यहाँ से ज़्यादा हुआ है। अब हज़ारों में प्लांट्स अभी अब मिलते हैं।
The event was aimed at providing a common platform to the agriculture experts, scientists and farmers to learn new techniques for the growth of the agriculture sector in the province. Agriculture is the backbone of the economy of the province, contributing billions of rupees from the export of the fruits, vegetables and grains to the other parts of the country and abroad.
A mass wedding ceremony was organised on Sunday in India's western Surat city, wherein around 23 tribal couples tied the nuptial knot. Scores of relatives and friends of the couples also attended the wedding event.
In a gesture that proved to be a life-changing event for many couples belonging to different tribal communities, a mass wedding ceremony was organised in Surat city of India's western Gujarat province on Sunday. Around 23 couples from 46 different villages tied a nuptial knot as per Hindu rituals in the grand wedding ceremony. Scores of relatives and friends of the couples also attended the wedding event. The newlyweds were also presented with household items and a fixed deposit of about $71 in their bank accounts as gifts by the organizers.
46 गांव से 23 जोड़े आए हैं। उन जोड़ों के साथ में गांव के 600 लोग भी आए हैं जो इस सामूहिक विवाह की साक्षी बनेंगे।
जो आयोजन किया है समूह लग्न में हमें जो भाग लिया है, हमारे माता पिता का बहुत सरल हुआ है कि हम जो हमारा खर्च हम माता पिता हमारे लग्न कराने के जो करते हैं वो खर्च नहीं कर पाते, जो यहाँ पे हमारा लग्न करवाया है और जो भी आयोजित किया है, जो आयोजन किया है उसका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Mass marriages are becoming popular, especially among the economically backward sections of the Indian society, as these help in reducing the worries of financial implications among the parents or guardians of the brides.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsia Newsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsia Newsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.